Thank you guys for joining me again. This is the Cat's Pajamas bringing you guys the SC Reddit Open round of 32 here. SC Reddit Open number 21, I should say. Big shout out to our sponsors at NewGamesNinja.com and the tournament organizers. Find them at screddit.com and starcraft.reddit.com. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner of Xel'Naga Caverns, we have NrGdde spawning as our Red Terran player. His opponent up here in the top right-hand corner is our pink Zerg player, gtCheticus. So Cheticus versus DDE. Again, this is still a best of one round of 32 matchup. We'll be advancing into the round of 16 here very, very soon. But, so we've been on Xel'Naga Caverns for a while. It won't take much time to introduce the map anymore. All the same things still kind of apply. We have the dedicated 1v1 maps. You know right where your opponent is, so rush tactics can be useful here. DD inclined, he inclined towards a mass marine build against a Protoss player cross positions on Shakur's plateau. So my guess, and it is just a guess, don't hold me to this, would be that DDE is going to open for a very, very strong marine opening here. He is already throwing down the first barracks. The timing is coming up for the natural Vespian Geyser here soon. We'll see if he bypasses that. Looks like he's already queued up another SCV, and he is just ignoring it. So he is going to put up 2 racks now. Cheticus is going ahead and throwing down an extractor straight into a spawning pool, so we are going to have a pretty strong one-base play. It is going to minimize some of the effect of this double barracks play, but we'll see how quickly DDE is able to get up a number of forces there. So Dro now running back into DDE's base, going to try and pick off this SCV, but the SCV now turning around and doing some damage of its own, and Cheticus forced to retreat. So DDE now doing the first scouting. Going to see exactly what Cheticus is putting up. He'll see the very fast extractor in spawning pool. He will not, however, see any sort of expansion. So orbital command now coming up for DDE is putting down another supply depot as well. More marines coming out, and this drone unfortunately going to fall. There it goes. So DDE actually, where's he rallying these barracks? Up to his opponent's base. A bunker already coming down, so DDE wants to stop this expansion basically forever. A bunch of drones being pulled to go ahead and take a look at this. Are those drones going to get there in time? Only 5 seconds left, and that bunker will go up. Here a marine being rallied in as well. The SCV pulled itself off for a little while, just wants to be safe and wait for that marine to show up. Now there's a couple of Zerglings, and the Zerglings are going to dedicate their attention to the bunker. I think that it is going to be forced to be canceled. Indeed it will be. So DD smartly pulling away most of his marines. He still has 1 misrallied up to the top, but he'll take care of that in a bit. DD now going to do some scouting. He has successfully pulled Cheticus off of mining for quite a while. So that is a small economic advantage, and there's a ton of Lings out. Really kind of an overcommitment to Lings there for Cheticus. But DDE is going ahead and putting up some more marines, double gassing at the moment, so he's going to transition away from that mass marine build. So here at the 12 o'clock position, we have Cheticus going ahead, putting down the hatchery now finally. Looks like Cheticus wants to move in with a good number of Darklings. There's already another SCV running away. And this choke point has already been formed over at DDE's base, who is supply blocked and putting up another supply depot. Cheticus forced to run away. Looks like those Lings are now Speedlings. Second gas finally coming up for Cheticus, and we are going to see a transition in tech here. Oh, wait, no, that's just being used for an extractor trick. My apologies. This Cheticus is a little bit supply blocked. No, I guess that's going to be legit. But no mining being done off the other extractor as well, so we'll need to see a tech structure here in the relative near future. Factory coming up to support this for DDE, so DDE didn't go for a super fast expand. He does have the resources for that available right now if he so desires. No, going straight into a starport and a tech lab factory. So Zergling's moving their way in now. DDE has enough marines to go ahead and take this out. He is also going to take out the Overlord as well. Cheticus retreating back to the base now, the Zerg base. Take a look at the army tab. Currently, DDE is... both players are dead even in terms of food. DDE has the stronger force at this juncture. Also has a couple more workers and a mule, so the economy will look a lot better. DDE now throwing up a command center as well. So he is soon to be on 2 bases, transferring this starport over to that tech lab that used to be for the factory. The Speedlings jump in one more time, but don't see anything else. And I don't believe that they saw the expansion. Oh, they did see the expansion. So gtCheticus is now going to sit there. One Hellion is making its way away, but gtDE, unfortunately, going to lose this Hellion to those Speedlings that are eventually catching up. He'll be able to do a pretty good amount of scouting, though, before they do make their way up. As soon as he gets on creep, though, that Hellion is going to die. And yes, there's the surround. gtDE trying to get into his opponent's base. It does. Get sniped, however. So now gtDE moving up with a good number of Marines. He's going to move at least to the Xel'Naga Tower. See how many Lings he can get pulled down. There's no way that gtCheticus can attack him with these. So gtCheticus retreating back to the base, smartly. What exactly is sitting up there as far as defenses go? Not much. Evolution Chamber on the way. Couple of Roaches coming up in addition. And gtDE with a nice feint there just to secure that expansion. And moves back to his base. So here we have gtDE dropping down that expansion, going to turn into an orbital command here very soon. And it appears as though we have one Banshee out on the way. Spore Crawler is already being built to try and drive this off, being built at the back of the base. A couple of Queens being sent up, and this Banshee is going to go down very quickly, sniping a couple of kills before it leaves. So it did make its money, at least. Gets 3 kills, and then forced off. And actually, he's going to be able to micro this over to the other base as well, but the Spore Crawler is going to come up here in just a second. And no more damage will be done with the Banshee. So Engineering Bay and a bunker up now to go ahead and wall off this path to the expansion. Of course, it's going to force Lings to go all the way around and be in the firing range of the bunker the whole time. But gtCheticus is going ahead and taking down the Destructible Rocks as well. So Destructible Rocks about halfway done. Let's take a look at the Units tab. gtCheticus now up in terms of workers, but of course down slightly in terms of economy because of that mule in play. As far as an army, we're looking at 1 Marauder, a Medevac, 2 Siege Tanks, and 15 Marines for gtDE versus 19 Zerglings and 2 Roaches for gtCheticus. But gtCheticus putting up a ton more drones at this juncture. Infestation Pit coming up as well. And we are going to have a Zergling Roach Infestor composition, as no Spire has been brought up quite yet. So down here on gtDE's side of things, he is gearing up for a big drop now. We'll follow this Medevac here in just 1 second whenever it ends up making its way to his opponent's base. He is putting up another barracks, though, so going for a very heavy Marine composition, putting up combat shields at the same time. And we have an expansion going in for gtCheticus at the gold. So Infestation Pit is researching pathogen glands for increased energy for those infestors. Those will be very powerful when the time comes. So gtDE actually dropping his forces there. No, nothing is in place. Doesn't have to worry about that. Hasn't been spotted quite yet either. Next set of Destructible Rocks going down. Now gtDE dropping down the rest of his forces. Unfortunately, he's going to run into all of the army of gtCheticus. But he is queuing up another SCV over to the right. Here comes the big ball of Marines. There's the stim going down, and the Marine's going to move up and try and take down a couple of Roaches, but that's going to be all. Yep. 2 Marines die, and that's going to be forced away. Now, has gtDE seen the... Saw it? What's that? That's apparently middle of Missouri coming out in me. Oh, unfortunately, a couple of Marines go down, and gtCheticus, oh my god, gonna be able to take down the supply depots, because that supply depot wasn't lowered. A lot of damage being done. gtDE actually going to be supply blocked here in just 1 second. gtCheticus sending some units out, forcing gtDE to stim one more time. Both those supply depots did go down. gtDE trying to build as many as he can very, very quickly. gtDE is going to get attacked by the rest of the Roaches here with his drop over at the top left-hand corner. That's going to be driven off. So gtCheticus now way up in terms of food, but down again slightly in economy. Nice! Another drop went down for gtDE. He's doing a lot of harassment. Currently, gtDE has lost less forces, but his have been more valuable. And fungal growth goes down. Infested Terrans dropping in as well. And that Medevac going to fall here very quickly. There it goes. Bye-bye, Medevac. So, gtDE still sitting on a slightly superior force, but it's not much at this point. Looks like he's gearing up for a big push. He has a couple of siege tanks to complement this force as well. And we have, ooh, finally a Spire and Baneling Nest on the way now for gtCheticus. And what is Cheticus going to have to defend this? Scan goes down, so Cheticus immediately sends all the rest of the forces down. Oh, these infestors don't have enough energy for fungal growth. That could be very bad. And the siege tanks exacting their damage, doing a nice job. Those infestors are just taking the damage at this point. Queen being brought forward as well, and the rest of these roaches are going to fall down. So gtCheticus now in a pretty strong position. There is no army up for Cheticus whatsoever. gtCheticus going to move in, completely deny this expansion. Spore Crawlers up, still worried about those Banshees. And gtCheticus just pulling away, taking down this hatchery as quickly as possible. Only 0-1 upgrades for those units. And we do have an infantry armor level 1 coming up for gtCheticus. At the same time, going to take down the rest of those broodlings. Expansion completely denied. And we do have a tech. A greater spire going on at the moment. Where is that spire, as a matter of fact? Hides. There it is. So, okay, we do have how many corruptors up right now? Just 1 coming up. Cheticus is warping out a lot of units. No more infestors are on the field of play, but there are 2 more coming up at the moment. And Cheticus is drawing the units. Oh, God, gtCheticus drawing the units right back into the siege line here. Siege tanks do fire upon their own units a little bit. Oh, not even a fungal growth down for the infestor. Next one coming in does successfully get off the fungal growth, but there are enough medevacs here that they should be able to heal up this force in a bit. More units being brought in. Infestor does go down. And this corruptor is going to die before it's ever able to morph into a... oh, wow. Okay, never mind. The gtCheticus is going to GG. So gtCheticus will advance to the round of 16 here at the SC Reddit Open.